Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how I made this heart paperweight with a full dandelion head, seeded head in it. I will be using craft resin, epoxy resin. This is part A, and you measure part A and B equally by a volume. And I did get this off of craftresin.com, and it is a gallon. And it did come with the spouts. So I'm sorry I forgot to record this, but I poured about, I don't know, half of the resin in the heart, and then I put my dandelion head in it. And the head of it, I cut the stem all the way to the head. And then now there's a bug in there. I'm going to try to get this bug out because he's on the head of my dandelion. And after I put the dandelion head in the heart, I tried not to touch it. And it sunk down a little bit. Well, quite a bit, actually. Probably about 3/4 it sunk down in there, which was good. But look, you can see the bug crawling. He's crawling on the dandelions, and when I tried to get him, oh, I got him that time. But before, he would crawl down in there. And then I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I'll make it with the bug in there. That would be kind of cool. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill up or use the rest of the epoxy I mixed up. And I do not pour directly onto the dandelion head. I pour around it. And I just really tried not to touch it much at all, because if you do, that's when it falls apart. And I do have another video where I did do it and it fell apart. I will try to remember to link that video in the description box if you haven't seen it. Now I am trying to push it down in there just a tiny bit, being very careful. I just don't want to touch it too much because I know it'll fall apart. And then I did decide to go ahead and take the bug out. So I did take him out. And this is that evening. I poured it that morning. So that evening, it's good enough. It is cured enough for me to take it out of the mold. And look, it turned out so good. Look at that. The whole dandelion head. But as you can see, everything is frosted except for that bottom part there where that was the top of the mold. Well, okay, the part of the mold that I was pouring in. So what I'm doing now is taking some UV resin and my finger there, and I am just going to put it all over what is the top of my heart. And I'm just kind of tapping it up and down using my finger protector there, just tapping up and down, make sure I go around the edges and all like that. Because I do want this to be see-through. I don't want it to be matte like that and frosted. Although I like the frosted, but I want to see my dandelion, so I want to make it clear. In my mold, I used actually the bottom part of the mold instead of the top part. The top part was like a little trinket box. So I wanted the heart to be solid, so I used the bottom part of the mold, and that's why it's frosted. So I'm going to cure this 2 minutes with my UV light, and there it is. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. I can't believe I did it. Thank God. God help me out. I did it. I actually have 2 other videos, one where I did a heart and one where I did a rectangle. where the dandelion seed head fell apart. So again, I, had some mistakes on here with the resin, so I'm just putting a very, very light coat on it again, and then I'm going to put it under my UV light for another 2 minutes. And I did go around the sides. It was a little difficult, I'm not going to lie about that, but I did go around the sides, and I had one bubble, so I fixed that. And I put some UV resin in the hole, and I'm going to put it back under my light again for 2 minutes. I usually always do 2 minutes. So there it is. Actually, have I done the sides yet? I don't know. So I think, what is this? Am I doing the top again, or am I doing the bottom? I'm not really sure. I think this is the bottom, maybe. Because the bottom part of it is really clear. Because it didn't have any mold on it or anything. That's where you pour it. So I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just patting it down with my finger there, making sure I get all the everything covered. Again, I'm going to do it for 2 minutes. Okay, there we go. There we go. And now I'm going to use some acrylic paint, and this is just some cheap acrylic paint that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to use a sponge dauber, and this is the bottom of my heart. So where you would see the stem of the dandelion seed head, that's what this is. It's the bottom of it. So I'm just tapping on some acrylic paint, and I did do, I did 2 coats of that, dried in between each coat. And then I'm going to add a layer of UV resin over top of my paint. So make sure your paint is dry first, and then just put a thinnish layer of UV resin on it. And I get my UV resin from Amazon. So I'm just doing the same thing, just going up and down with my finger, making sure I have my finger protector on, because you don't want to put your fingers in the resin. It's sticky and it doesn't feel good, and it's probably not good for you. So I made sure I got around all the edges. If there was any bubbles, I tried to pop those with my finger. And then I put it under the UV light for 2 minutes. And here it is. There it is with a black background. Now you don't have to put a black background on it, but I think it kind of shows up the dandelion head a lot better if you do. And now I have these little black diamond dots that you get with the diamond paintings. These were leftover dots. And I'm just going to put it all around the bottom part of my heart there. Just right, where you have your black, I'm just going up on the sides, very close to the bottom. So I'm just using art glitter glue in one of these really small bottles that has a very fine tip, so you don't get a lot of glue on there. And I did get my glue and the glue bottles from Amazon. I'm sorry, I do a lot of shopping on Amazon. We have that the yearly thing where you get free shipping. And, you know, a lot of times buying stuff from Amazon, of course, is cheaper than going other places. So, and it usually comes to my house like within a day or two. So I did speed this up for you about 5 times. So you don't have to sit there and watch me put all these little diamond dots on there. I guess I could have deleted the footage, but I don't know. I thought somebody might want to see it. I think the secret to putting these little diamond dots on the glue is just to barely tap it on the glue. If you kind of push it down, it wants to try to come off. So yeah, just barely push them into the glue and they'll pretty much stay on. And I think the row of diamond dots just brings it up a notch. And these are little black ones. I thought it went well with the black bottom. But you'll have to let me know what you think about this whole thing. I can't believe I actually got a whole head in there and it didn't fall apart on me. Woo woo! So happy about that. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. And there it is. There she is. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. And will you try this, or have you already tried this? Let me know. Again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, think about doing so. And I have videos and shorts out each day of the week, and I will see you later.